Hi everybody, my name is Andrea and I am going to present to you the mind maps about the Unit 12, Prehistory and Antiquity. Let's start with first mind map, Prehistory and Antiquity. Prehistory and Antiquity. Prehistory is the long period before the invention of writing. It can be divided into the Stone Age and the Metal Age. The Stone Age began 2.5 million years ago. Stone tools were used. Paleolithic period. In the early Stone Age, called the Paleolithic period, people moved from place to place. They lived by hunting, fishing, and gathering with plants. Later, in the Neolithic period, people lived permanently in one place. They were farmers, had crops, learned to cultivate plants, and have domestic animals. The Metal Ages began about 7,000 years ago. Metal tools were used. The wheel and the plough were invented. The first cities were built. The first craftsmen. In the Paleolithic period, craftsmen made tools and weapons by hunting one stone against another. In the Neolithic period, craftsmen made polished stone tools and weapons. They also made pots and cloth. In the Metal Ages, craftsmen made metal tools, weapons, and jewelry. The first artist. Cave paintings, for example, in the Altamira cave in Cantabria, are manufactured works of art. They were painted of cave walls and ceilings. Early artists often painted animals, like bisons and deer. Okay, we finished with the first mind map. Let's go to the second mind map. The second mind map is called the Iberian Peninsula in pre-Roman times. The Iberian Peninsula in pre-Roman times. Pre-Roman times. In pre-Roman times, the peninsula was inhabited by Iberians and Celtic tribes. Later, Phoenicians, Greeks, and Carthaginians sailed across the Mediterranean Sea to the peninsula and established colonies. The Iberians and the Celts. Iberians and Celts lived together on the Iberian Peninsula. The Iberians live in the east and south of the peninsula. They live in walled settlements with rectangular houses. The Iberians were divided into tribes. They were herders, farmers, traders, and craftsmen. Some of their works of art, such as the famous Lady of Elche, have been preserved. The Celts live in the center and north of the peninsula. They live in walled settlements with round houses. The Celts were also divided into tribes. They were herders, farmers, and expert metal workers. Colonies. Many ancient civilizations established colonies on the Iberian Peninsula. The Phoenicians come from Asia and settled on the southernmost coast. They found the cities of Cadiz and Almuñécar. The Greeks come from Greece and settled on the Mediterranean coast. They founded the cities of Denia and Ampurias. The Carthaginians come from North Africa and also settled on the Mediterranean coast. They founded the city of Cartagena. Okay, we finished with the second puppet. Let's move on to the third puppet. Okay, the last mind map is called Roman Hispania. Roman Hispania. Roman times. More than 2000 years ago, the Romans defeated the Carthaginians and conquered the Iberian Peninsula. The peninsula became part of the Roman Empire. The Romans called it Hispania. At first, they conquered tribes did not participate in Roman government. Later, they adopted Roman customs and spoke Latin, the language of the Romans. Many people from Hispania, such as the philosopher Seneca, became important figures in the Roman Empire. The emperors Trajan and Adrian were also from Hispania. Hispania was Roman for 600 years. However, after about 400 years after Greece, the Roman Empire weakened. Visigoths invaders entered the peninsula from northern Europe. The provinces of Roman Hispania are Gallaecia, Tarraconensis, Carthaginensis, This is a photo, Baetica and Lusitania. Roman cities. The Romans found many cities in their empire. In Hispania, important Roman cities include Tarraco, now Tarragona, and Sagunto in the east, and Hispalis in the south. Roman cities were modeled on Rome, the imperial capital. They had two main streets and a forum. The forum was a large public square where important events were celebrated. Roman cities were connected by excellent stone roads. Okay. Roman architecture. The Romans built many different types of monuments. Temples were used for religious purposes. This is a photo of a temple. Theaters, amphitheaters, and circuses were used for entertainment. This is a photo of an amphitheater. Aqueducts transport water to the cities. This is a photo of an aqueduct. Public bath houses use hot water. This is a photo of public bath houses. Okay, we finished with the mind maps, with these mind maps. I hope you like it and understand. Bye bye.